Let's discuss some do's and don'ts in creating your slides. The most important rule when creating slides is the less information you have on a slide, the better it is. The audience comes to listen to you, to what you have to say. They're not here to read through your entire presentation. So make them read as less as possible. When using text, always ask yourself, do I want my audience to read this? Do they really need to read this? If not, get rid of it. If they need to read this, if you have decided, yes, I want this text on my slide, then think, can I reduce it? Can I make the sentence shorter? Do I really need a whole sentence? Or maybe just use a few words of the sentence or only one bullet point? So ask yourself, do I need it? And if, reduce it. When you have decided what information is really necessary on your slide, it is time to help your audience what to focus on your slide. You can do that by making some words bigger than others. So the main takeaways you have of this information, you make them big or you make them bold. You also will help your audience by really giving the information step by step. So if it's possible to break up the information in different slides, do it. You cannot have too many slides in your presentation, but you can have too much information on one slide. Sometimes it is important to have all the information in an overview on one slide. Then you can build up this slide step by step. All the slide building programs have this tool to animate the slides, to build them up step by step. And by that you help your audience what is important, what are the different steps and what to focus on. It can be very tempting to go crazy and get super creative on building your slides. But the slides are here to support your story, so they shouldn't be distracting. Make sure the fonts you use are easy to read and keep it simple. It can also be very helpful to only use 3 types of color so that it creates a community between the slides and it gives more rest and it's not so distracting. Let's talk about the images. Images are a very powerful instrument to communicate an emotion or a story or an example. But make sure the images you use are relevant. Just putting in random images of kittens while you're talking about something completely else might be funny or nice, but it doesn't help you in delivering your message. So all the images you choose should be relevant. When choosing an image, also here help the audience focusing on what is important on the image. If I'm talking about birds and I have an image of a forest and somewhere in the corner I see a bird, that doesn't really help me. So choose then an image of a big bird. When combining text and image, make sure the text is readable. Either find an empty spot on your image where you put the text, or use a solid color shape where you can put the text on so it's readable for your audience. That were my tips on how to build slides. Next is for you to find out what slides can you use for your presentation.